Hello, Mark. I'm Candy, and my score number is 30. Today, I'm going to read It's Not Your Imagination. The modeling industry is changing. Mela Dabisol, photo Jody Rocat for Yahoo Style. When it comes to representing society's diverse spectrum of beauty, the modeling industry hasn't exactly gotten it right. For a long time, it promoted the negative ideal that very thin, white teenage girls epitomize high-end beauty, says Sarah Zev, former model and founder of the Model Alliance, a non-profit organization dedicated to creating safe and fair working conditions. Implicit in this message is that fuller-figured, non-white grown women are incompatible with a high-end look. That, however, might finally be changing. Some of the industry's most exciting new faces are Black, Aya Jones, biracial, Binks Welton, Asian, Dylan Zhu, transgender, Andrew Pajic, and decidedly not a size zero, Ashley Graham. Sports Illustrated featured their first plus-size woman model Robin Lowley, while Crystal Ron, Mila Del Bissell, and Kate Upton, part of the influx of in-between-size models, have found mainstream and high-fashion success. The most successful models, Priscilla Adriana Lima, Natalia Bondanova, working today, are above the age of 30. In 2014, the average age of Forbes' richest list was 31.5, 5 years older than it was in 2007, 26.5, and according to the Fashion Spot's seasonal diversity report, the fall 2015 runways featured more women of color than ever before. Though still not nearly enough, after years of getting called out by the media for being racist, sexist, and ageist, has the modeling industry finally started listening? I think the tide is shifting, albeit slowly, in the right direction, says casting director Julia Samarsova, who's worked with everyone from J. Crew to Jimmy Choo. These are not leaps and bounds, but baby steps. Runway models are still usually young and skinny, and unfortunately they're still mostly white. As the Fashion Spot's diversity report reveals, 77% of models that walked the runways at New York Fashion Week were white, though that's down from 80% last season. So while the figure is nothing to brag about, it's an improvement. Although we still have a ways to go, at least we're seeing incremental change in terms of increased racial diversity, said Ziv. 33-year-old Russian model Natalia Vodianova for Stella McCartney. After runway things are a bit better, models of different ages, ethnicities, and body types are looking lucrative and high-profile gigs as brands catch on to the fact that most women don't aspire to be stick-thin teenagers. 100% of the old and tired attitude that models must be young, young, young has dramatically shifted, says Semersova. Women Women want to be inspired by other women, not little girls. They want to aspire to be themselves, only better, not not necessarily younger. I think our perceptions of age is changing. I'm not sure a woman in her 40s wants to buy what an 18 years old is selling. This is good news for mothers too, many of whom were forced into adult situations at a young age. At the Model Alliance, we feel that adults, not children, should model clothing that is marketed to adults, said Ziv. It sets a healthier standard for models and customers alike. The two are more related than one might think. Traditionally, Ziv explained, the modeling industry have operated in a bubble with a very top-down management style. Although the models are the faces of the industry, most models have very little power within it. She said, by giving models a say in their work, we aim to make the industry more transparent, accountable, and fair. When models have fair contracts with no stipulations about weight gain and more power in their business dealings, they are less likely to succumb to eating disorders or stay silent about discrimination. And thanks to social media, medias don't need to rely on their agencies for praise. They've got a direct line to brands as well as fans, and are able to craft an image that sets them apart from others, making them a marketable asset even if they gain 10 pounds or age 10 years. Plus size model Robin Lowley in this year's Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. The power it has given models is unquantifiable, said Samarsova. I mean, Vogue did an entire cover and feature story on the Instra and Instra girls. Carly Colors, Cara Delevingne, and John Smalls. This is just the beginning. Unlike a runway show where models are meant to be interchangeable, social media celebrates the unique individual, squares and all. On Instagram and Twitter, being outside the norm is actually a good thing. It's what makes for interesting and compelling stories. It's a fact that America's Next Top Model has been banking on for years. The reality shows has consistently pushed modeling boundaries. They've put the spotlight on models of all different ethnicities, genders, and body types from plus-size winner Whitney Thompson to transgender Constant is kin to Catalo Brown Young, who suffers from vitiligo. When we started the show, one of the mandates that Tyra had, as well as myself being Asian American, is that we wanted to move the ball an inch to expand the notion about what beauty was, explains executive producer Kim Mock. Mock has witnessed how powerful and a unique point of view can be for a model. Frankly, not a lot of cast members who have been different, who are trans or who have Asper- Asperger's, wind up being the most popular characters on the show. ANTM might be one of the reasons the modeling industry has opened their eyes to different types of beauty. Indirectly, we've had an effect we're normally proud of that, says Monk. I don't think that over the last 12 years we've seen the picture change quite a bit. In the modeling industry, the effect on public perceptions has been even greater. When we see something on TV, it's like saying, okay, it's permissible, said Monk. When people, especially young girls, see people on TV that reflect who they are and what they look like, it has a positive effect. Kate Upton on the cover of Vogue. The biggest vehicle for change in the modeling industry, however, hasn't been the models or even the media, but the consumer. Designers realize the consumer is king and the consumer is everywhere, said Samarsova. As an industry, we need to reflect that globalism. Also, the industry has now realized that a woman over size 8 also wants and deserves to feel stylish and have access to designer and luxury items. There is a lot of money to be made dressing the over the overweight population. Ziv agrees that, thanks in part to conversations stated in the media, it's now become a bad PR move for a designer to not reflect a degree of diversity in their casting choices. Consumers have more power than realize, says Ziv. Ultimately, the fashion industry is a business, and if consumers stop buying clothing and beauty products from brands that sends negative message through their advertising or that mistreat their workers, these brands will be forced to evolve. Or as Samarsova put in, the old the almighty dollar wins every time. Consumers interested in seeing a wider variety of beauty reflected in the page of their magazines or on the runway would be wise to keep that in mind, because while these small improvements are reasons to hope for more diversity within the modeling industry, we've still got a long way to go. Thank you for listening.